Hello and welcome to Star Citizen. My name is Evenlease, and today on 10 Minutes or Less Ship Review, we have the Robert Space Industry Scorpius, which is right behind me. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. Starting off this video, I do want to thank a citizen that did assist me with being a turret gunner for this video in some of the combat demonstrations later, or just footage of that. So thank you, I'm I before E, for helping with that. I did send him a nice payment in game for helping, as I put a broadcast out and was like, hey, if anybody is able to help, and he stood right up and was like, heck yeah, let's do it. It was a great time. Really enjoyed that. So moving on, looking at the exterior of this ship, this is the Robert Space Industry Scorpius. I mean, it's got some, when it's fully deployed, it looks almost Star Wars, but it's Star Citizen, so let's not think that way, huh? Starting off with the weapons on the top, you do have a turret. It is a unmanned turret. You have 4 size 3 CF-337 Panthers. This is a heavy fighter, so with those guns up top, this thing is a beast, like unmatched. It's awesome. And then on the wings, you got 1 on each wing. There are the size 2 CF-227 Badgers. So you got 4 in total that are pilot controlled, 4 in total that are, co-pilot controlled, and then you also have 16 size 2 Tempest 2 rockets. You can see right here, there's 4 of them right here, and then on the top there's another 4 on this side, 4 and 4 on the top over there. So pretty cool. It's got quite the assaulting armament. And another neat feature of that turret back there is it can be deployed, and what that means is when it's deployed, it moves on a rail system to the bottom on the back here. So if you need to put your tail between your legs and make a run for it, and sometimes that just happens, sometimes the situation demands that you need to make more of a defensive stance, that will allow you. Your turret gunner is going to be now looking at the rear and having a good underneath view, making sure, you can hopefully get a clean getaway. Now, this ship has probably the most interactive components panel that I've seen yet, and I wish this dust storm would go away. It was clear right before I started this. But yeah, moving into this, you got so many buttons everywhere, to get to every single component on this ship. Right here is actually a little, so get past the components here. You actually do have an armor rack too, which I have my a weapons rack. I have my P4R right here, so that's cool. And you have spots for the co-pilot as well. Really cool. I like that, they have access to this right here, and it's pretty easy to get to. Each pilot and co-pilot get a storage area, 1 on each side, and then moving further back, you have more component access. This is replicated on the other side. This is power plant 2, on the other side is power plant 1, and then back here, you have so many buttons. There is so many buttons. I mean, I'm never going to complain about having access like this, right? It's amazing. It's phenomenal. Wow. There's just so many buttons on this thing. There needs a open all button. But it's great. It's great that it has this functionality. It shows real promise for a lot of future ships. And a lot of the ships coming out today do have that, functionality. So that's good. That's good. Now let's get to upgrading a lot of the older ships that don't have it, like my previous review video of the Constellation Taurus. You don't have any components or buttons or anything like that available to you, and it would be good to get those upgrades on a lot of the older ships that need it. So, I mean, that's pretty much the exterior of this ship. It's an amazing fighter. It's a heavy fighter, and it's just awesome. A lot of power behind it if you have a turret gunner. Without the turret gunner, not so much. I mean, the guns on the wings are only size 2. There's 4 of them, though, so you can PvE. You can definitely go against targets without a gunner. but always recommend having someone up there until we get AI, gunners or blades out computer blades that will control the gun in the back. That would be really cool. Let's take a look at the interior really quick before I get into the air and give you my score on this thing. You have 2 MFDs right here, front and center, one right, one left, of course, and then you have a bunch of buttons, left, right, and they do have the ability to use a lot of them, depending on what you need to use. And then you have an ejector seat, so pretty cool. If you ever get into a hairy situation and you can't escape, you can at least pop yourself right out and splat on the ground at Mach 1. So let's go ahead and take off, and I'm going to show you.
Take off and complete.
Let's get out of this dust cloud really quick. This thing's got some, wow, I lifted off quick. So if I were to go ahead and retract the landing gear, it deploys the wings. And that is just one aggressive looking ship. It makes me really excited for the RSI lineup coming in 2024, just because their ships just look so cool. This is the ship. It's really cool. I mean, it's got great thrusters, great movement. It's got 583 quantum fuel in the fuel tank, so it jumps all right. Definitely not a ship that you're going to be laying in a bed in, because there is no bed, right? But if you're going out there to bounty hunt and stuff, this ship's perfect. What a great ship for PvP, PvE, all sorts of fun activities. What else is there, really? Man, there's 48 decoys, 5 noise, so you do have some countermeasures, which is good. That's pretty much it. You're buying somewhat the design, too. I mean, look at this. What does that remind you of? If you know certain other sci-fi themes, I think everybody catches that one on catches on to that one really quick. I'm going to trip over my words all day, aren't I? Hey. If I were to give this thing a score, honestly, this is a 10 out of 10, right? For the role it's supposed to be in, heavy fighter, hitting hard, has space for a friend to add to that firepower. This thing's totally a 10 out of 10. It's got maneuverability, it's got the firepower, it's got everything you need, and the design looks cool. Love the design. I mean, you can't really go wrong with this ship, right? I mean, if you're looking for a solo ship, this isn't it. This isn't it. It's cool, but there are solo ships that are cheaper that hit harder as a solo ship, right? But if you have a co-pilot, and I'm not saying you can't use this solo, but if you have a co-pilot, that's where this thing really shines. It really just rocks out with that turret being active. Hopefully you've enjoyed the combat footage that I've been placing over my voice here. I really do appreciate any citizen that comes to my aid when I'm filming something and I do need more than one person for a demonstration, like on a gun or a turret. And I really appreciate everybody for watching my videos so far. Hopefully you've enjoyed this one, and thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.